Hey everybody, Redstone King here, back with another video. Today, well, I made a discovery, 2 days ago, I think. Anyway, it was, it was while I was building a house, I accidentally misplaced some light blocks. And, well, something interesting happened. So, this is only on Bedrock Edition, right now. I'm pretty sure it's a bug, but it's a pretty cool one. So if I give myself a light block here, we're gonna get a light block. And on Java Edition, water can't pass through light blocks, but on Bedrock they can. We're just using a empty light block here. But okay, I'll turn it to night. So time set night. If I give myself an actual light block here, you could see that it lights up, even though it's not. It's invisible. You can't break it or anything on Bedrock. Yeah. So, but water could pass through it perfectly fine, without like damaging the light block or anything. And I found that already that was pretty cool. Is that you could, have flowing water through an object. But then I found, since you could place stuff inside of light blocks, if you get anything that can be waterlogged. So, let's use... Okay, let's put a light block here. And then, let's say make a grate here, or an iron bar. And look, it's still waterlogged, even though the water is flowing. But if you would try and do this normally, because there's no light blocks over here, this is what would happen. This has potential for builders. Right now, I can't think of much of what to do with it, but I think this could be great for building in different ways. Like, you could also make, puddles or whatever if you get yourself a structure block. So, structure block here. I'm just gonna... one, and... 1, not 11. There we go. We've got this one piece of water here. And you could just, if you just do this normally, I don't think it'll work. So let's just do water here. Save. And let's just paste it over here and see if anything happens. Oh, it does. Okay, but let's see, let's replace that and save it again. Okay, well, I didn't know you could do that, but you can make puddles that... See, you can't do that. So if we just put a 0 block there, save, and then load it. Now you can place iron bars there. Or whatever. But if it gets updated, it'll go back to normal, or it will disappear. But that's still pretty cool. I'm pretty sure if that's there and gets okay, it still gets removed. But there is a lot of things that you could probably do with this. Say if you, like what I showed here, if you wanted a sewer grate, you could do this and it'll have flowing water coming out of it instead of the source block pouring out, which I think looks nice. You could just have wet fence posts if that's what you want. If you are building in a water area and you wanted the water to intersect around it, you could just have that. Keep in mind every time you do that, you'll have to replace the block because the light block gets destroyed. See, if I place that, it'll get destroyed, but it thinks that it's still a light block, so it stays. It's really weird how it works, but it works. I'm not sure what would happen if a fence gate. Fence gate here. Yeah, you can open and close it just fine. But if you try and do that normally, it would do that. There's also another block that could have the waterlogging. I think I'm the first person to discover this, so I'm calling it flow logging, but someone could probably come up with a better name than that. But yeah, some redstone components also have the properties of light blocks. I've tried like getting it in survival, but I haven't had any luck. Like by pushing something into it. Like, I think if I do this, that'll keep it the same. But if I get a piston and try and push something into it, then I don't think that'll work. I tried it before and it didn't, but let's see. No, that doesn't work. So I don't think there's any way of getting it in survival right now. But you can do things with it now. I'm not sure. Yeah, you could do this, which you couldn't do before. So you could have, I don't know, water-powered minecarts. So if I would put a minecart on this, I think it would just get pushed. Yeah, there you go. Water-powered minecarts. And like, you could also do like, here, I'll be right back. I'll make a little example of something that you could do. Okay, I've made a few examples. I've got a copper pipe over here, where it's just like actual flowing water instead of just the source. And you could already see that looks oddly better. Like, in a weird way, it kind of looks better. But like, it's very slight difference. But that difference makes a difference. Like, if you know what I mean. And then like over here, I've got a water wheel. So like, you could have the actual water flowing into the like water wheel. So it like kind of looks more like it's pushing it. More than just like it being next to it. So yeah, those are a few examples of what you could do with it. And I know this isn't great, but there are much more talented builders out there that could utilize this way better. Like, I don't know. Just off the top of my head, maybe like a horror map of like the Pennywise, like where it just goes into the sewer vent or sewer grate there. I think that could help with this, or this could help with that. But yeah, just like things like that, just slightly improve the builds that we already have, just by making it look more in there. The first time I ever did this, like, I exited the world and came back, and it got removed. Like, it just stopped, like, being waterlogged. But, like, ever since then, I haven't had it happen. So, let's re-enter that world there. And Let's see if it's still there. It should be. Yeah. Yeah, it's still there. So I have no idea why it didn't work before. Like, the first time I ever saw this, it didn't, like, save. But ever since then, it's worked fine. So, I don't know. I'll just, like, do a little test and then exit the world and go back in the first time you use it. Just to make sure that... Like, this is a new world as well, so I haven't used waterlogging in it at all. So, I have no idea. Just the first time you use it on that device, I would just recommend exiting and going back in the world. I'd probably do it on the... if creating a new world, just to be safe, but... Yeah, I always... If I ever use this, I'm going to probably use a structure block to back it up. And, I'll just show you how to use structure blocks quickly. So... let's say we want to move this copper pipe somewhere. We just need to select the area. It's mostly already selected, but this is the x-axis. So we're going to move that one over, and then this is the y. So we're going to need it to move it 2 up. There we go. You could also see a little model in here if you want. Let's change this to 3. No, that's how long is it? There. Should be good. 4. And then a 3 and a 3. And then you just type whatever name you want in here. I'm gonna rename it copper pipe. You could add spaces, you could do whatever. And then just save it. Include entities, or you could remove logs if you want to. But if you don't want entities, you could turn that off. You could activate it by redstone or whatever. If you don't want to show the bounding box, just turn that off. Because the bounding box is also there. So, yeah. And then there's load. We're just gonna copy the structure block over. Just, if you're on PC, just press Control and then your copy button, which is usually middle mouse button. But, okay, so if we go load here, bounding box. Okay, so this is where the copper pipe would be. So let's fill up that so the water doesn't spill out the back. And because there's a hole in the back there. But if we now load it, so this is where the copper pipe will appear. You could do different things. You could do animations, so place it block by block. You could also set how long the animation takes. You could make it mirrored. You could rotate it. So if you wanted it like this instead of the this way, you could do that. Also, there's a command to do it, but I just find the structure blocks more user-friendly for beginners. But, yeah, you could just do whatever you want with this. Integrity means, like, how many blocks it's actually going to spawn in. So, we'll just do a normal one here. There we go. It kept the, flow log or water log. We're gonna duplicate this, and then we're going to change the integrity to, let's do 74%, and that's going to be our random seed of what blocks to remove, and it removes those ones, these 3. And the iron bar. But yeah, if you did like a bigger structure, like a house, I'm gonna go find a village real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we got a village here, and we're just gonna take a house. Let's do this one. It's a bigger house. So, grab our structure block, first of all, let's remove the grass around it. There we go. Grab our structure block. There we go. And let's place it here. So we want to move it to the back corner so it's already there. Let's push it one over, and then no, that's the wrong one. We are moving Z this time. Oh, we already had it in the right place. We're moving 2Z this time. So it is 3 blocks taller. So we're going to add 3 to this, which is 8. And it is 3 blocks longer. So we're also going to change that to 8. There we go. We've got this, and this one is 5 blocks longer. So this one is going to change to 10. There we go. We've got our house selected. And we're going to say house 1. Save. I don't know why this has turned into a structure block tutorial, but it has. So we're going to take this and plop it right here. Looks good. So now if we load it over here, looks good. And I think if we just load it with the integrity down, we'll change it to 67. It should have... No, I think I have to delete the house first. So we're gonna do that. Just fill. Spam tab this. Air. Oh hey, there's bread in it. Okay. So we're loading it again with integrity of 67. There we go. We've got a ruined house. So this is how you could easily ruin structures. Yeah. But there was one more thing that I discovered 2 days ago. Thursday. We're just gonna say Thursday. So if we get a piece of carpet, this one's not that spectacular, but it's to do with light blocks again. If you have a light block there, you can place carpet on top of it. That's it. And also, fun fact, light blocks have the properties of ice, so it's a slippery carpet. It's very strange, but I don't like that ice blocks have the property of ice. Light blocks have the property of ice, because if you're like on a stair or something and there's a light block next to it, then you like slide on the stair as well. Or like you slide on a block that's next to a light block. So like it's just kind of annoying when you're trying to light up a house and then you just stand on something and you just slide across it. But yeah, anyways guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.